welcome to
Don't Be a Drag!
I am the one and only Phoebe Bridgers, and I am joined by
Lemon Drop,
Queen Shememe,
Lola Lovegood.
Today on the show, we are going to be discussing the absolute shit show that is the drag bans happening across the country right now.
Just last month, Tennessee passed a law prohibiting drag performances in areas where people under the age of 18 may be. How idiotic. This bill was the first anti-drag bill to pass the state legislature in the United States and was the first to be signed into law. The bill was signed on March 2nd, 2023 by Governor Bill Lee.
Now let's hear about some of the hateful rhetoric that has surfaced because of these proposed bills.
First up, we have this Republican lawmaker in Texas who authored a bill to ban drag. Within days, pictures surfaced of him wearing a dress, to which he responded, "Y'all really going crazy over me wearing a dress as a joke back in school for a theater project? Fantastic point, Nate. Almost like it shouldn't be a big deal for people to wear the clothes that make them happy."
Damn.
The hypocrisy. Violating the ban can result in a misdemeanor charge and a fine of $2,500, while repeatedly violating the ban can result in a felony charge that fines up to $3,000.
Tennessee Senator and co-sponsor of the bill, Jack Johnson, said the bill is intended to protect kids and families and parents who want to be able to take their kids to public places. I know a few drag queens. I've never felt like I can't go in public places, even when I was a minor. I don't know about you guys, though.
I'm going line dancing with the drag king this evening.
And he continues to say, we're not attacking anyone or targeting anyone. That's interesting. This is despite the fact that the bill was amended to go into effect on April 1st rather than July 1st, like most bills in Tennessee that are signed into law, meaning that the law can be enforced before Pride Month. Johnson also said, "No matter what radicals say, I am proud to be a relentless defender of Tennessee kids." That's funny, considering the gun violence problems in Tennessee and the number of Tennesseans that are affected by this. As a Tennessean, I'm disappointed in you.
There are also already laws permitting the exposure of children to obscenity. When discussing issues such as grooming, it's important to note that groomers have historically been found in coaches or youth pastors, not drag queens.
So real, so real.
Fact time. The following information has me fuming, and I hope it has you upset too. More than 93% of perpetrators of sexual crimes against children know their victims. Parents willingly leave their children with coaches, church leaders, and male relatives who are exponentially more likely to harm a child than any drag queen ever has been. Come on, lawmakers, get your eyes on the prize.
Other states like Idaho, Kentucky, North Dakota, Montana, Oklahoma, and Utah are considering similar restrictions.
Let's pause real quick. On March 31st, the ban was actually put on a pause, literally hours before it was supposed to be enforced. The pause was it was done by U.S. District Court Judge Thomas L. Parker. Parker said that the ban, it's just too vague, it's too broad, because it is, so it just really couldn't properly be enforced. At the time of filming, this pause has actually been extended. Originally it was only supposed to be like 2 weeks, and they're still investigating it, so it's just been further extended. Because let's be real, these old white men are concerned with the wrong problems in the country. And they're trying to just figure out whether or not the government should even be involved, because they shouldn't be. Anyways, let's get back to the main stuff.
Drag is a safe space for people to express themselves and is an art form that spreads joy. Contrary to popular belief, watching drag does not turn you gay.
That might come as a surprise to some of those Republican senators.
These hate bans are gateway bans to other hate bills, such as attack on trans rights, abortion rights, and the resurrection of Jim Crow laws.
LGBTQ+ youth are more than 4 times as likely to attempt suicide than their peers. Should we really be implementing laws that cause more harm to these already affected communities?
The Trevor Project estimates that more than 1.8 million LGBTQ youth from the ages 13 to 24 seriously consider suicide each year in the U.S., and at least one attempts suicide every 45 seconds.
The Trevor Project's 2022 National Survey on LGBTQ youth mental health found that 45% of LGBTQ youth seriously considered attempting suicide in the past year, including more than half of transgender and non-binary youth.
So, now what? Obviously, it's super messed up that all of this is going on, but what do we expect you to do about it? Well, it's complicated. Since these laws are such a blatant violation of civil rights, the ACLU is already hard at work stopping these bans, and they've been halted in most of the places that they've implemented them by federal judges. Chances are these will result in lengthy court battles, but as an individual, you need to call your representatives and let them know that you are unequivocally against drag bans of all shapes and sizes. As citizens, we need to speak up and speak out about these atrocious bans.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope learning about this cause has given you some perspective on how harmful these bills are.
In the wise words of Lady Gaga,
Don't be a drag, just be a queen!